just another manic Monday, motherfucker.
Monday.
It's spread them cheeks.
It's the beginning of the week.
Nothing fucking sacred. I am Cruise Control.
I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And this is Nothing Sacred for the, what's the date? The 7th of March, 2016, the beginning of the week edition.
AIDS attrition.
Aha! Yes, I am Cruise Control. Maxwell Silverhammer is in his house.
Yeah, bitches.
I'm sending
a little different, doing a Monday show instead.
Yes,
you know?
yes, Monday. So it'll be up. You'll be getting this Tuesday evening, something after I have to work, because I have to work tomorrow, which is funkadelish. So yimpy dimpy on that one, right?
My dad had a birthday yesterday. Well, actually, it wasn't yesterday. It was Thursday, but we went out to dinner with him last night. So
my dad had a birthday.
Oh, your
dad's birthday. No one gives a shit about your dad's birthday.
I'm an uncle, man.
What?
Chris had a kid. My stepbrother.
Nice, man. Congratulations, Uncle Max.
Uncle Maxwell. Oh fuck.
Uncle Max. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, Uncle Max. It's about time, man. I've been an uncle for 22 years, dude.
Man, an uncle.
I'm way
uncle
ahead of you, man. Uncle, fucking yeah. You're finally an uncle. At least it's not, At least it's not the other brother, or could that be kind of funny,
That'd be funny.
All right, so this is Cruise Control, and this, like I said, this is the show for tonight. We got some shit. I guess we got some rants. I guess my plug for the evening. I've already done. I'm gonna find them real quick. I'm gonna do a little plug here.
Well, while you're digging, I want to give some shouts out, man.
All right, so you do your shouts outs, and I'll do.
First of all, I want to give a shout out, man, to Jerkman, because he got his health insurance, man.
Right on. Good for him,
he's gonna be going and getting some. I think he's got a doctor's visit. It's this week or next week or something like that. He was telling me. So hung out with him on Saturday. That was fun. Went and did some karaoke and shit.
Poosty doosty. So congrats. He's got insurance. So finally, it's because we had a bitch about that a little bit. We had to.
Hey, maybe we had an impact on him, dude.
Maybe we did. Maybe it was us.
But okay, the other shout out. I want to shout out to James, who is another dude on my Facebook. He told me he lives in Phoenix, and I guess he said he was going through this place called Apache Junction, and he describes it as a sidewalkless trailer park type place. And he was like, "Man, I had to walk 8 miles through there, but your show got me through it." So obviously he listened to our show while he was walking through Apache Junction, man.
That's pretty good, man.
So that was good. And then also, man, I got to give a shout out to Tony Franks from the Wasteland Warriors, because he's been sharing our links and shit. So shout out to both the guys, Stank Nasty and Tony Franks. Much love to the Wasteland.
Nice. And then we also got if you haven't heard it, before we go, we can do our shameless plugs ourselves. We've got the Nothing Sacred interview with Daniel Jordan. That's up today. It's got 4 songs of his. It's a nice interview. You'll get an idea. It's our first interview, and you'll get an idea for our style. And our style is very personal and just kind of conversational. I don't think it sounds awkward. I think it sounds relaxed and good. So check it out. I think you will. It's a great interview. It's about an hour, 15 minutes long, but there's a couple songs in there. You've got to iron out a little bit of kinks, but nothing really big. I think it was a great success for that.
That's what we want our interviews to sound like, man.
Absolutely. So that's
anyone's interested in being on the show. If you can't roll a little introspection, a little bit of comedy, and
just talking stuff and being real about what we think, and then don't come on our shit. We're not going to be like just promoted. Tell us all about you. We'll talk about the songs and how they work and stuff. So just be prepared if you are going to do that. And we are looking for others. So once you have that. If you have a new album out, and please, hopefully you have something new to promote, because I think that's probably the criteria we would go by, don't you think?
Well, yeah, or at least if it's somebody who's kind of old school, maybe somebody
who you don't necessarily need to promote. But if you do have something to promote, it's always great, like an album that we can listen to songs and stuff as well. But obviously, if you're someone that we know and already, then I guess the point is, if you're someone we don't know, that we haven't, doesn't have a history or doesn't have some kind of past or isn't recognized by us, then you probably do want to have some kind of material so that we can play it. You know what I'm saying?
And don't be a Yugi D with your little fucking mixtape.
And if you don't have material, if you're an activist type person or someone who has an organization, that's fine as well. We'll just do an interview. Straight up.
No doubt.
No worries. We can do that as well. But if you do have music and stuff,
Well, everything helps
Yeah.
as long as you're doing something. You're not just a schmo
Yeah.
who wants to come on the show and be stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, getting that out of the way, the guy, the plug I'm plugging is a guy named Vernaculus, and this is actually not an English speaking dude. He is English speaking, but I mean he's not an English accented speaking dude for once. This guy's Vernaculus. He just cuts to the point of the SJW problem. He's got a great idea, a great thing about interviews and how people doing interviews now don't ask specific questions. So it's Vernaculus, Vernaculis, and I'll have a link in the drop down below the video. So we're doing first. I guess some random rants of the week. You've got a couple. I don't have a rant. I guess I have like a philosophical. Whatchamacallit, I don't know what the fuck, philosophical thing, something, but I'll do that later on. You've got a shit ton of, this is basically the Maxwell Silverhammer show tonight.
Yeah, I'm
in terms of content,
I've
been having, my shit's been good, dude, so I've actually have nothing necessarily bitch about. I do have stuff to talk about, so mine's going to be more like philosophical, but I'll grow with the flow. So what is your first random rant of the week?
First random rant is, okay, dude, what's this new shit with these chicks that flirt, and they're married and all this other bullshit. So then you're wondering, like, okay, like the other night, I had a long night. I just got back from an event we were doing, and we stopped. I guess, dude, I was on the bus for like 2 hours. It was a bitch. But anyway, we stopped at this one place, which they basically have kind of like a thrift store, and they have group homes. It's kind of a place for tards. You know what I'm saying? And I know this woman because I've spoken at their organization before. She's on my Facebook and whatever. But that night I hear her, she's like, "Is that Maxwell?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" So I don't even know who it is. I'm tired. I'm hungry. So she comes on the bus. She's like, "Hey, baby, how you doing? You're so awesome." And she's like smelling my clothes and, telling me that, and I'm thinking, she's like, it's me. She said her name. And I'm like, okay, isn't this chick married? Because, dude, I ran into her one time, and she was with her husband at Wiener Schnitzel down here. And so anyway, she's smelling my clothes, telling me I smell good. She's like, "You're so awesome. I love you so much." And, dude, she's, like, caressing my leg and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I wasn't very friendly to her. But anyway, I get home, and I see this thing on her Facebook that says, unfortunately, my husband and I are getting a divorce. So I'm like, oh, that might have been the reason for her flirtatiousness. But I was going to apologize anyway because I was a little bit short with her, and I figured, well, at least let me just save face here. And so then I wrote her, but then I made the mention of, I see that you're getting divorced. I'm sorry to hear that. What, are you okay? So then she writes back, and she's like, "Oh, no, we're not getting a divorce. We're just going to separate for a little bit for a while." And I'm just thinking, okay, then what are you doing flirting, you fucking whore? It's like,
well, she's obviously going to be separated because she wants something. So
I don't know, man. I've just had a lot of shit lately with chicks that they'll flirt, and then all of a sudden you show interest, then they like back off.
Does it bug you that she's married?
Well, yeah. That's,
yeah.
I mean,
that's because it's kind of funny you mentioned this because there was a chick in my improv group she's cool, and if she wasn't married, I might be interested, but she's married. But she drove me home one night. First of all, she bought me a beer at the place I was at because I'm doing this new improv thing, Improv Jam.
The bar thing you guys are doing, right?
And that's next Monday night, 6:30, Sambon's Brewing. If you're actually in the Oregon area, or whatever, not the Sambon's Garage, but god damn it. But anyway. She bought me beer, and then she was driving home, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my husband's a real extrovert." And I'm like, "Oh," and she kind of dissed him, and made me just go, like, because it seemed like she was kind of not necessarily flirting. She wasn't really flirting with me, but she just kind of like played him down, like, "Oh well, he's an I go, "Well, that's okay." So it's like, "Well, not sometimes," and it just kind of like
almost like she's annoyed with him or something.
Yeah,
right?
kind of like letting me know that she's annoyed with him. So I was like, because that's not my thing, and that's kind of goes with my little. Rant later on or whatever, my little thought, but it's just funny that it's like, no, it's not, you're married, and a lot of guys be like, "Well, it doesn't matter if she's fucking dude, she's fucking deepy man, she's fucking girl, dude, pick up once man, dude, you can just take the risk, man." Like, no, fuck that, no, she has kids too, 3 kids, so it's like, no, marry with kids, no, just not doing it.
Matter of fact, and if you look at my personal page, I put up something today about why do you married women flirt? And I said something about, in my eyes, you have a penis at that point or something like that. Well, the same girl I was just talking about actually commented on it, so I must have struck a nerve.
Or she knows she was talking about you. You're talking about her.
Well, I mean, I was talking indirectly, I guess, but I was talking about just,
people aren't stupid, though. They can get that, They're like, oh, so what did she say, though?
Well, she goes, because I said, in my eyes, you grow a penis at that point or something. And she was like, yeah, and you're blind or something. And I wrote back, and I wrote, and your point is? And then she didn't respond back, so it's kind of like...
Wow, wait, wow, dude. Well, she knew it was about her. She had to, man.
Well, but you know what? That's what you get for acting like a fucking whore, Either
you're
with your husband or don't be with
blind,
your
you're
husband.
poopy head, blind boy. Poopy blind boy.
Poopy face blind boy?
Poopy face blind boy. That's what you are.
It's like, hey, at least I got dignity, and I'm not... If I had somebody in my life, I wouldn't fuck around on him, and if you want to leave the guy, leave the guy. If you don't, then stay with him and fucking hey. That's where you are. It's like that other chick that... Remember the one that was hitting on me at the fucking karaoke, the Mexican chick that lied to me and told me she wasn't married. Then the next day, I got her number, and then I'm talking to her, and she mentions her husband, and I said, wait, I thought you weren't married. And she was like, oh, well, I am, but it's not a happy marriage. Oh, no.
Well, what do you think? It's not a happy... Oh, okay. Because, see, that's the thing. Bitches... Not saying women, but bitches. These are bitches. These bitches think that since they got a twat that you'll just be like, oh, I don't care if you're married. It's just not a happy marriage. Yeah, it's a marriage. That's even great. If it were a happy marriage, you would be on. It's fucking ridiculous. It's not a happy marriage.
There's a lot of dick dragums too, man. Like guys that are like, okay.
Yeah, of course. Not only that, but then also you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with the dude who's like, "Hey, you fucking my wife, you motherfucker." I'm gonna kick
fuck!
Your
I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to think about that shit. Dude.
Yeah, but no, man, you gotta take that risk, man. It's a girl. She's offering herself to you, dog.
It's pussy.
Take it, die. Don't worry about it.
It's worth getting killed over,
Throw
right?
Passion to the wind, man. Throw caution to the wind, not passion. Caution to the wind. Just let it, Yeah, no, thank you.
So, yeah, that was my first rant, dude, about fucking married women and their stupid shit.
Or not fucking married women.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to fuck a married woman. But yeah, she took it to heart, man. I could kind of tell that from her reaction, that she made her little bullshit. I don't know if there's any more comments on there.
Stay away, dude. It's a good idea. If they got a ring, then it ain't your thing, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, that's it. And originally, I knew she was married, and I was like, why is she acting like this? And then, when I went on her Facebook, I saw, oh, shit, she's getting a divorce? Well, that might have something to do with it.
You're blind. Like, that's an insult to you? You're like, thank God.
Well, I am blind, goddammit. Yes, exactly. And that would be my out if you ever asked me to fuck you behind your husband's back. No, I'm blind. I'm sorry. I need to think about my safety.
Fuck, anybody needs to think about their safety, but with that kind of shit, dumbass morons, I'll just work it out later on. Or eat. I bet she damn fucking my wife. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
All right, so what's your second rant, man?
Second one, dude, I know you can identify with this, and this is actually the reason you left your last job. And, dude, I called, I'm going to be going to Carson City next week. Mm-hmm. So I called to set up my hotel and everything. Well, dude, the chick the whole time was asking me about if I was in their rewards program and am I a part of the. And I said no. I just get a room for 2 nights and I'm gonna be there. And she was totally pushing. Didn't really give a fuck if I got a good room or whatever. I mean, she did set up the room for me and everything, but her main goal was to get me into their fucking rewards program. Her whole thing is to sell me some shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's obviously they're free and you build up points or whatever. But I mean, for some reason, that looks favorable. All right, you sold them fucking, you got them on the program. Good deal. You get a commission.
So how was she trying to sell it to you? Like, what was
just the whole time she was like, okay, sir, if are you not in the rewards program? I'm like, oh no, I'm actually not. And she's like, well, that's okay, I can enroll you in it. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. And she was like, well, it's free, sir. And I'm like, okay, I guess you can put me, because I'm in that with fucking Southwest too, but I never use the shit.
Yeah, so why not? So you actually did it, but then how long? It didn't take that long, did it?
Well, then after the room part, she's like, okay, now I just need to transfer you to listen to something real quick. And I'm like, okay. So, dude, she transfers me to their promotions department, and I get this other chick, and she's trying to offer me a complimentary vacation.
Oh God, dude. See, they don't tell you this. And you're like, oh, did you just say fuck off and hang up?
Well, what I said, she goes, well, I'm sure you're going to be getting away at some point, right? Where do you usually vacation? In Florida, maybe? I was like, no, I don't know anybody in Florida. And she was like, well, where do you usually vacation, sir? I'm sure you're going to be getting away at some point. And I was like, actually, I really don't like traveling, to be honest with you. I'm only doing this for business, for work. And she's like, I said, I do have friends in other parts of the country, like, I said, like Northern California.
See, what you need to do is just be no. You give them a string, dude, and they're gonna take it, dude. Because she probably went, oh, but you have friends you go visit, right? She went on that.
Well, yeah, but then all the places I mentioned, they didn't have their special.
See, that's the thing. You don't want to know about the special shit. See, you're falling right into that. You just need to next time just go, no, nothing. I don't want to talk about this. I thought I would get in this program. It'd be a quick, simple thing that I would do in 2 seconds because you have my information. Good night. Yeah. And then just hang up.
Exactly.
Let's make it easy because they'll tell you they'll get any information. They want you to have conversations with them about that shit so they can try to get you on their shit, man. And I don't feel bad. I feel bad for them in a way because they're forced to do this. But then again,
that's what I do feel. I'm not mad at the customer service person. She's just doing her job. But this is what she's told to do, and I hate that, dude. It's like her main thing should be, hey, I'm here to patronize your establishment. Oh, sir, okay, you like a room? All right, awesome. How many nights?
And
all that.
Unfortunately, that second... Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go.
Make sure I feel welcome as a guest, not pressured as a fucking, a possible prospect for later. You know?
And unfortunately, the second chick you talked to, that was her job. That was what she was doing. She was She was a straight sales job. That first person, though, she should have been honest and said, well, I'm going to send you to because she wasn't the one who did the rewards thing, right?
The first one was the rewards lady.
So, but she did that, but then she had to transfer you over to that other department?
Yep. Once I said, okay, go ahead and put me in the rewards program then.
Instead of putting it in yourself, she transferred you after, or did she transfer after?
Right. She transferred. She said, okay, you just got to listen to something real quick. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's just an informational, thank you for rolling into our rewards program.
So at least the first one didn't have to fucking sell you the shit herself.
No. Well, I just figured, in worst case scenario, all right, you put me in your rewards program. I'm on your list, great. And then, but then when they sent me the promotions department, she's trying to push a free vacation on me. I'm going, no, I don't do that really. That's not really. And she's like, okay, well, I'll take you off for the free vacation. And I'm just like, but you could tell, dude, their whole goal there is to sell shit rather than keep the customer happy and make sure that I've got my room for the nights that I want and all that other bullshit,
Well, that's the way that shit works, man. I mean, we can combine the customer service and the sales.
See, I don't like that, dude. I hate that shit.
No, and people don't like to do it either because it's 2 different jobs. You're doing them at the same time.
And that's why you left your job.
Yeah, that's why I did.
I did.
And that's why everyone's leaving those jobs because they push you. Well, you have to offer it. It's like this person, and then you have to push it after you offer it. I don't want to push it. I want to help the person get the room. And there you go.
Yeah, and then you're threatening them. Oh, if you don't do this, we're going to.
The only way I think that those are legitimate is if you are a hotel person and they go and you are trying to upsell rooms because that makes sense. If you're in that position, you're just like, all right, hey, you want a room? Well, we have a suite for only $30 more, and if you get that suite, it's an extra 300 feet of space. And
now, I understand that.
Yeah,
that I get.
Because that's part of the same thing you're getting at. It's like, hey, it's like the same. It's like someone calls to get their cell bill or a new cell phone, and they go, well, you can get this deal for just $20 more. That's what you get if you're calling in to get a room. I think it's kind of the same thing. Like I think that's upselling. I think is valid because that's helping you get a better room, and you might want a little bit more room. Not like, well, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna get the suite with the hot tub. Fuck it, it's $30 more. But then that guy gets a commission for that, so that's cool. And then of course at that point, if they say no, I don't want that, you're like, all right, cool, no worries.
Right, but it's you can tell it's kind of high pressure, dude. It's Holiday Inn. I'll just say that, man. It's Holiday Inn, and they're pushing hardcore, and they're just like, well, we want to get you in there because you could tell, dude. I could hear it in her voice that she was just wanting to get me in this rewards program, and she was going to try everything she could until I agreed and said, okay, fine, put me in the shit. But then when it came to okay, then we're going to transfer you, then I'm like, okay, this is some bait and switch crazy bullshit,
Which it was, obviously, apparently.
Yes, it was, man.
So
Yeah.
that's frustrating, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, fucking annoying. So, and it seems like it's everywhere, man. Wherever you go, like you can go to fucking Walgreens and buy some, Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus or some shit, and all of a sudden they're going, "Would you like to buy some batteries too?" The fuck do I want batteries for? I came in here for Alka-Seltzer Cold
Yeah.
medicine, not fucking batteries.
It's a ring you out attitude. They basically think, you know what? We don't need salespeople. We have customer service, so we can combine the two, save money, and not have more agents than we need, and they all can do the same thing. And no, it's like so I don't know who said it, but someone said, I think it was Kraken said, do these people, once they get, because a lot of these people start in these positions, once they get out of these positions, these people forget. Do they forget what it's like to work in these positions? Like, do they just completely forget and like I don't remember? So we're just gonna have them do 7 things at once. Like, why don't you just have us do one thing and have a department for sales, a department for customer service?
Yeah,
Somebody sit, and just have it be separate. Reservations are reservations. Yes, you can help me. Oh, we also have a meal deal with. You can do that too. Like, 2-day, yeah, it's a weekend deal or whatever, or 2-day deal where you get
something that's
you get
relevant
meals
to your
added to
stay,
your you can get breakfast every day or lunch every day at the hotel for just $20 more. It's like, okay, that sounds good. Thanks for whatever.
Right.
That's okay, as long as they're not pushing it too hard, because that's what you can tell when they're getting pressured, man. It's the word. It's like an awkward feeling. It's like, ooh.
Well, and that's it. I know that person, isn't trying maliciously to fuck with me, but the company is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I have the problem. And I'm like, oh, fuck, really? You're going to try this corporate gym bullshit on me? Like, fucking, yeah. And like you said, man, it's a way to maximize profits and minimize costs. Oh, Charlie.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, we're going to ring it out attitude. We're just going to ring these fuckers out until they either quit or they get used to it and let us ring them out even more.
Love it.
Ring it out like a goddamn towel, like an old fucking T-shirt that's been wet and used to fucking wash an old car down.
Well, to me, it's kind of too towards the customer. It's almost like that. Reminds me of when I used to work for the telemarketing agency, and Adam's big thing. My boss was like, people are puppets. Just pick them up by their strings, and you make them do anything you want them to. And I was like, whoa, man, dude, that's a shitty attitude to have. For motherfuckers that are paying your bills, paying your salary, and this is what you think of them.
Yep, because they don't care. It's distance, man. They become things and revenue streams and not fucking people. It's the way the world is now, man. It's getting worse and worse because everyone's getting corporatized. Even people think that about other people,
Oh yeah, it's a corporate mentality.
It's crazy, dude. Fucking, it's the way it is, man. So yeah, I get you, dude, on that. Let's see you got another rant or?
Yeah, well, I got a soapbox sandwich.
All right, let me.
I don't want to be monopolized.
Let me do mine because I'll do my little. It'll actually be the sandwich in the middle of this thing. It'll be my little thing. I don't know because of philosophical rambling or some bullshit or philosophical or I don't know, whatever. Soapbox. Here, it kind of relates to what we were talking about in that first segment, and it's just the powerful sway of society, and just the way it makes you feel guilty and second guess yourself in some ways. And when you look at it, you go, what? Why? There's no reason to second. It's like illogical shit. Like, and then I'll tell you what made me think about this. My bro put a post on Facebook. Not the captain, but the other one.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, whoa, and I don't really know what's going on. It's his life. He can do what he wants to. He can put that post in there. But I was thinking, and this is kind of the way I think it's kind of, and I don't know why. It's kind of logical. But if you don't recall, I put a post up yesterday. Did you see that?
Oh, what was your post about? What did you?
Wow, maybe people aren't seeing it, but I was like, hey, I feel really good. Life is good, and I put a link to a song.
Oh, that one I did not see. I saw something else from you, but I can't remember. I think you were making fun of something.
Weird.
Some sports or something.
So, that's weird. If no one's seeing. I wonder if people aren't seeing my shit. I don't know what's going on.
Did you get any comments or likes? Or
I got a couple comments. Yeah, I got like 6 or 7 likes and stuff, but I just didn't get anything as much as I thought people would because it was like an inspirational thing. And it was really, I'm in a good mood. A lot of shit's going on in my life that's good. And right now I'm like doing a lot more improv stuff. I'm going out of, I got cleared to go out. I'm excited about my trip to Vegas. I'm gonna do a lot of shit out there and see a lot of people. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff going on the side. I'm doing some collaborative work on this animated thing that I'm doing. Just a lot of stuff's going on good. So I was like feeling good. It was my day off. It's my Saturday morning. I woke up. Quick tip, Max, for anybody out there, if you do like to hang out, have a couple drinks in the weekend, I have a quick tip for you. Make one of those nights a non night. So like a Friday night or a Saturday night makes Friday night or Saturday a non. So that you wake up on Sunday morning or Saturday morning, whatever your Saturday or Sunday morning is, wake up and feel good. And you're like, I feel good. I woke up Saturday morning, man, and I was not hungover, obviously, because I had, it's a simple thing. Obviously, you think, well, that duh. But you know what? A lot of people, both nights, will go out and
get slammed both days.
One of those one day of the week, you should wake up not hungover, feeling great, and ready to just enjoy the day. And I did. And I had a great Sunday. It was a great day yesterday. Today,
not so much. Well, yesterday I was pretty fucked up from the night before going out with jerk.
And that's the thing. So you wake up feeling, and then your day is shit, and your weekend, and then I don't know if you did the same thing Friday night. Did you just chill?
No, Friday was a totally sober night. Dude.
Yeah, you just chilled and had a good. And then you woke up Saturday. Did you have anything to do Saturday?
No. Well, I went to Dr. John's.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. I'm saying work related. So Saturday was just your chill day. You woke up, probably felt great. And just like, I'm just enjoying my day. I got the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my tip. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about, I felt great. I put a post up, but after reading my brother's post, part of me was like, oh man, maybe it's like maybe I shouldn't have posted how great I like because other people.
Oh, because he's got some shit going on that's not.
And it's not just him, but I'm like, wait a second. What kind of where did that idea even come from? Like that guilty like, oh well, I'm doing. There's nothing. Is it something wrong with like being like expressing your happiness? So it got me thinking about like why you think this way. And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the first segment, in that like, wait, well, she's she's married, but she's kind of likes you. Maybe it's like, wait a second, where is that coming from? Where is that idea that you have to? That's like almost what I'm talking about. Like these thoughts are like.
Actually, it's funny because I was going to say something too, but then I've decided not to. But there is somebody who I saw Saturday, and they pulled the thing of, so any new girlfriends? And I was like, nah, just kind of chilling, and you're happy with your just, kind of in limbo and just coasting. Mm-hmm. And then they pull the whole, what? No, come on. And you're just like, oh fuck,
yeah, and it just makes you think like, why? And that's what drives people to fuck married women. Because it's almost like and that's what drives people to not be positive and not say all their positive shit or not be negative or whatever. Just be. It's like second guessing yourself for these things, and it's like, why? It's because you're being programmed. Almost, it's like, man, it's like, why do I even? Because you think about it logically, like, why would it be wrong for me, or why should I feel guilty to like post on Facebook that I'm in a great mood and life is good, and also, why would I feel like I need to fuck a married chick with 3 kids, even if the marriage isn't great? Why would I even fucking? And I'm not saying I did, because I didn't. My idea was, well, I was ready to be criticized for it, because it happens. People will be like, well, hey, dude, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying, man? You gotta get that shit. You gotta feed. When someone offers you a pork sandwich, man, even if it's got a cigarette butt in it, you still gotta eat that shit because it's food, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta take that and do it.
And this also applies for, like, when people will say, well, so what'd you do this weekend? And you're like, oh, I just kind of chilled, just kind of hung out. What, you didn't do anything? And then you start saying, like, damn, am I a fucking loser?
Yeah. You do anything? No, I didn't. I sat around. Well, that's everyone. So people, you get ideas about, you're like, wait a second, if I really think about it, what I'm thinking, what my actions are sound and solid. There's nothing wrong with me, because I basically said, hey, when you're down, man, don't forget how to fly, like if you're feeling good, remember that it's, to feel good about it. It's almost like the same thing. Like, well, am I taking my own advice? Because I do feel good, so why should I feel bad about that because someone else isn't? You know what I'm saying? But it's not like I do. Like, if I really think about it, I'm over the fact. I'm like, I feel bad. Even though I tell myself that I don't, I still do. No, it's more like catching yourself, like, wait, I don't feel bad about this. Why the fuck am I even thinking that I should feel bad about this? And then I
Right,
don't. But still, the thought's there. It's like, okay, you know.
I know how it is, man. It's like I said, when people are like, you know, so what's going on? Oh, nothing. Nothing. You don't have anything going on? And you're just like, oh, man, come on, dude. Or
Come on,
vice
man.
versa.
Thick motherfuckers dead.
Yeah, or there's the vice versa part. Like you were saying, you know, you're in a good mood, you're happy, and they're like, what's there to be happy about? And you're just like, fuck you. I'm happy. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. I'm in a good mood. Life is going. I got a lot of stuff going on that hasn't been going on. Like, and I realized, okay, I guess I have another one too that kind of leads off from that, and this made me think.
All right, cool.
It's weird that they're like, because people will say, well, like, I'm glad things are picking up for you. You're coming out of the gloom, and I'm like, but I'm not really coming out of any
we're never in the gloom.
I'm just. It's almost like sometimes like there's nothing going on, but it's just like neutral. It's like when you're stuck in glide. You're basically gliding, right?
Coasting,
So,
yeah, coasting.
Coasting, you know. And so basically, you're coasting along, and it's not like it's bad. You just, you know, it's not like it's. But now it's like good, like yeah, fuck yeah, you know. But and it's not like it's bad before. Like there are moments that are good, but it's like I think some people have the either or mentality. It's like, oh well, you're doing great. Yeah, I am. Oh well, I'm glad you're not doing terrible anymore. Well, no. See, I wasn't doing terrible. I was just doing. I wasn't really doing terrible. Like I've been terrible before. I've gone from terrible to great before, and I've gone from great to terrible. But I was kind of like just in the middle, just chilling. You know, like all right, I'm good. And now, you know, now I'm feeling fucking awesome. So it's better, obviously, than feeling chill. But I'm not like, well, you're coming out of the darkness. No, I'm coming out of the I guess.
Yeah, you're right. People
day.
don't see a gray area there
No.
at all. You know? It's like, man, you were just driving down the street. Now all of a sudden you hear a good song and you mash the gas and you start driving fast.
Yeah,
You know, that's all it is.
Pretty much. It's just like I caught a good wave, and I'm gonna ride it, and enjoy it as long as I can, but realize and not forget, so that next time I'm in that down spiral where shit just sucks ass, I go, well, it's gonna be back to where it was before, because it has been before. You know, I was up there before, so I'll be up there again. You know.
Right.
But not just like down, up. It's like down, middle. Usually it goes back to neutral, then down, or back to neutral, up again, down to neutral, then, you know. But it's never just up, down, fucking. I'm not like a goddamn. Maybe it is for some people, but fuck those people, you know.
Well, that's it. It's like, or some people think like when there's nothing going on, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, man, my life's so boring.
Yep.
It's like, man, dude, be glad you got a fucking place to live. You got food to eat.
Yeah,
you got a job.
that you're not having crisis, because you could be having a really interesting life in the worst way possible, not the best way possible.
That's right.
But so that's my thing. So let's so that's kind of like
here we go, dude. Soapbox sandwich.
All right.
I'm sure this will fire you the fuck up.
All right,
So,
we'll see.
and you may have even seen a post about this, and dude, it started a bunch of shit on my Facebook. Well, actually, my hate bait was getting fucking torn up by some people on my my friends list. But basically, what happened was last week, I'm on paratransit. We stopped. We picked this lady up, and she's talking to the driver in Spanish, and he doesn't speak Spanish.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
So yeah, he doesn't speak Spanish, and she's going tarapa tarapa, you know, whatever. And he's like, "Okay, ma'am, go here, sit and go put your belt on. Can you get your belt?" And so then, dude, we're pulling out of the parking lot, and she goes, "Oh yeah, señor, para teléfono." And so all I understood was teléfono, so which is telephone. And so she's banging on the fare box, and she's like, "Señor, teléfono." So he figured out finally that she must have left her phone wherever the fuck we picked her up from. So he's like, "Oh, you left your phone?" So he backs up and parks and everything, and it's like, okay, first of all, and then the worst part. Okay, so here it is. She's talking to him in Spanish the whole time, and which I'm amazed. He was very, very good for trying to translate what she wanted, because I would have just been like, "Hey, look, you can't speak to me in English. That's the language I speak. Then fuck you. You know, sorry, learn English." And but then, dude, he comes out with her phone, hands it to her, and she says, "Thank you," in English.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So-
she can learn that word. Yeah.
Well, you know, some of these people, I've actually heard stories where they'll act like they don't know English for whatever fucked up reason, you know, and but I guess my whole point is, either way, you should speak fucking English, because if you don't, then guess what? The fact that you can't get anywhere is nobody's fault but your own.
And I
because it's
remember,
a self-inflicted disability.
yep, and I remember. We'll go into the details of this and why, and I can definitely go into the why you need to learn English. But I remember, I'm gonna start calling. We have a nickname, man. I'm gonna start calling him Master Rawlings, man.
Oh, Master. Well, it was Master Rawlings and a bunch of others
Yeah.
that were on her.
Master Rawlings like, dude, wait, he's like, if I go to another country, Master Rawlings makes one of great points. If I go to, because it was the same fucking your hate bait, man. You're right. You're
Yep.
right. Your Facebook
It's
hate
like
bait.
chick.
Dude. She was like, oh, and the first thing she said, I remember was why didn't he learn Spanish? It's like, because
He doesn't
it's
need
an
to.
English country. Well, no, it's not. Yes, it is. If it isn't, then we have no boundaries and it's chaos. So what? So he should also learn Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Pakistani, French, fucking Russian, German, because
Tagalog,
he needs to
whatever
learn
the
every
fuck.
other goddamn language. No, of course it's not every other. He needs to learn Spanish. Well, that's just the way it is. You gotta learn. No, I don't. You don't go to fucking Japan like Master Rawlings said. You don't go to Japan and get pissed off that the guy only knows Japanese. Well, they learn English. Well, either regardless. Okay. You have a language that's mainly spoken. If you want to be treated with more respect, you learn that language. Because even what you did, it was a distrust thing, man. It was like now you don't trust her because you can't understand her. So how do you trust someone you can't understand? It's hard to do so because you're like, well, maybe she does know English because she said thank you, but she probably doesn't. She probably just knows thank you because that's one of the words she bothered to learn. But if you go to a different country and don't learn that language, then you can't expect people to respect and understand you because they can't.
Yeah.
Because they can't understand you.
Did you see her pulling that bullshit of, oh, there's no actual language in America or something? Remember? There was some bullshit she was
Like,
saying.
yes, there is. The majority of people speak English, so it's your job to come into a place. Because that's another example. The majority's wrong. It's all about the minority. It's all about the little guy. No, it's not. When there's a majority of people that are white in a country, there's nothing wrong with that. It's simply the way it is. When there's a majority of people that speak English, there's nothing wrong with that. So you have to adapt to them. There's nothing wrong with the majority. It's not the majority's job to always, we got to learn all these. So, because what language do you stop at? It's always Spanish because they, it's a broken down thing, to learn.
Oh, and they have a
Spanish.
bunch of then she was using the argument of, America was part of Mexico at one time.
Oh, I know. I saw that bullshit. I'm like, that's complete bullshit. It doesn't matter what it was at one time. Right now, people speak English. The majority of people in this country speak English. Therefore, if you want to get ahead and want to be respected and not want to have your phone almost left behind because it was, then learn the fucking language that is most likely to be understood. It's not racist. It's not culturalist. It's logical and practical. And every other country would do it. If you go to France and they don't speak English, you're going to try to learn some French. When you go and travel across the world, you learn a little bit of the other language because you want to get around. If you go and live somewhere else and they speak another language, probably
learn it.
good idea to try to learn it. But see, that's the thing. They're told they don't have to. This fucking mentality. You don't have to learn English. Those racists, those white people, you don't have to learn. You can speak Spanish. They should learn Spanish to welcome and accommodate you. So what's their job?
Crazy is, and one of the other guys on that post brought this up, why is it all the other ethnicities and cultures that come here are eager to learn English, but for some reason the Mexicans don't want to? It's almost like a fear of losing their culture or some dumb shit.
It's because if they learn English, they'll have to understand that they're there. That they can't plead the nine.
They do that shit as a culture.
I
man.
do not know what to. I don't know what I do. You take English. I
Oh
say.
no, sir! I
Cuckoo,
wreck your car, but I don't speak English, so it's okay.
Yes, because it's a means of because they know they're doing something illegal. So when they get caught and they don't know the language, they can feign ignorance. When you know the language and you assimilate and you want to be here, because they don't necessarily want to be here. They're here for the money. It's nothing to do with our culture. It's we make a shit ton more money than they do. That's why they send all their money back to there. If they really wanted to be here, they'd spend all their money here.
Exactly.
But they don't, because their families, the rest of their families are there, and they came here to help their fucking poor ass families and maybe get them here. They're here too. But then again, like I said, they're told that they are some kind of special. Oh, they're so downtrodden, and it's almost like the moral superiority now is with the illegal immigrant because they fled and they're trying to make a better life for themselves. I don't know, not necessarily. They're trying to make
not,
more money.
Not if they're here and the family's there.
Yeah.
You know? And, here's the other thing. Somebody was telling me, too, like, an illegal motherfucker could get a loan just like that, dude, for anything. Where if you or I go in, shit, if our credit's not perfect and if all kinds of other shit's not in place, then they're going to...
There's some ass backward stuff. And all of it's about votes, basically. These people are pandering for votes because, hey, if the Spanish guy can't, if Hillary's gonna not, deport 12 million of you motherfuckers, who are you gonna vote for?
Yeah,
you're gonna go for let them all come in, and then we fucking pander to them, and that's 12 million more voters that can vote for me.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
we'll make you legal. Who are you going to vote for? The guy who wants you out, or the guy who's going to make you legal and able to vote? Once you're able to vote, who are you going to vote for? The person who fucking made you legal, able to vote, right? Yeah. So goddamn, we're going to let you vote. Oh, great, who are you going to vote for? You! Wow, what a coincidence.
Of course.
What a coincidence. You're going to vote for the people who are going to let you stay here and the ones who are going to allow you to vote. What a concept.
Yeah. That's funny, crazy. Too. You got somebody voting in a country they don't even give a fuck about. They're just here using it for the money,
Yeah, or whatever. And if they do give a fuck about it, then fucking become a legal citizen legally with the standard means. But then again, of course, the standard means are a pain in the fucking ass and archaic as fuck. So no one wants to do that. So it's because it's harder to do that than anything else. And like you said, once you get in there, now you can't get a loan when you could have got one before. So why bother?
Right. You get more rights as illegal.
It's fucking broke, man. This country. It's so broken, dude. We're like a machine. It's like springs flying out of it and shit, and cracks in the ceiling and shit. It's fucking insanity.
So backward, man. But and these are the same idiots. Those are the greatest country in the world. Like, you don't see this shit going on, dude. Come on.
I mean, seriously, take a moment and check yourself. Fucking Jesus Christ, superstar, man. So, speaking of Jesus Christ.
Oh, jingles.
Speaking of Jesus Christ.
The Sidey McJesus Christ.
What? What are you talking about? Sidey Mc what?
Sidey McJesus.
No. Wait, no, hold on. Wait, god damn it.
Yeah. It's all good, man. I've got two Sidey McJesus.
You what?
Happen.
You have two?
And they're minority related, too.
Oh, they're what? Sided McJeromes?
Sided Mc... Yeah.
Sided McJose? Sided McJesus?
No, not Jose.
Sided McJesus? So Sided McJerome? Okay.
Sided McJerome. Or Janelle.
Sided McJerome or Janelle.
It's actually both women, but...
What? What do you mean?
Don't worry, blind man. I'm here. I'm going to save you.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's time.
Don't worry. You're
Sided McJesus.
all good. Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from danger.
Yeah.
Gotta save that blind man. Gotta save him from strangers.
Yeah.
All right, dude. This shit. Now, the first one happened to me at a networking breakfast last week. And now, there's a lot of people that go to these that, I may have spoken to one time or whatever. And especially if they're not really, healthcare people or people who work directly with seniors, with the population that I would normally work with. Mm-hmm. I don't really deal with them too much. Now, this particular person is works for an insurance company. So I really don't know her, dude. I may have spoken to her at some point. I don't know when, but she doesn't stand out, So anyway, she's a black chick, and she comes over. First of all, she calls me Sean. She's like, "Hi, Sean," and puts her hand on my shoulder, and I'm like, "My name is Maxwell." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names, but well, listen, I bought you something." And I'm thinking, you bought me something? Like, you barely even fucking know me, and you bought me something? So she hands me this thing. It's wrapped in plastic, and it feels like a can of shaving cream. And I go, "What's this?" And she goes, "Well, it's a pill holder." And first of all, there's the first stereotype that, well, obviously if I'm blind, I must be a senior citizen too, and I must take a shitload of pills. You know what I'm saying? And but the other thing, the second half of this is her selling point is it's got Braille on it. Feel? So she takes my hand and she's showing me the thing. Now it's still got fucking plastic on it, so I can't tell if it's got Braille or not. So
Sided McStupid, dude.
And I'm like,
Cuba.
that was Sided McCuba?
Sided McCuba. So she tries. She says I got braille, and she go feel it, and you're feeling it.
Yeah, dude, I can feel bumps, but it's bumps through plastic, so I can't tell what the fuck those letters are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I really can't read that. And she's like, oh, well, they said it was braille, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I'll have to see. So then she kind of, and from what Kraken said, she kind of looked like I took the wind out of her sails. You know, like she was kind of upset. So I took the plastic off, and yes, it does have braille on it. They're braille letters for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know. So you can put your pills in these little containers for each day. You know, so if you take diptoliptofliptotine on Tuesday, you put your diptoliptofliptotine in there. You take your Roctobactalactatu.
Yeah, on Thursday, you take your Flapacil on Sunday, and your fucking 2 grams in the afternoon, whatever. You're like, oh, great, I'll put my multivitamin in there every morning.
Well, that was the thing. She goes, well, do you take, I said, I don't take pills. And she was like, well, you want to put your vitamins in there? And she's like, you take vitamins? I'm thinking, how about I just leave them in the fucking container?
I couldn't take a multivitamin. What motherfucker takes, like, I guess there are people that do that because they're stronger or better. I don't know how maybe multivitamins don't work.
I don't do that. I take one vitamin a day.
Because motherfuckers, some of these motherfuckers take those. Remember, you ever see those packages with like 8 pills in them? Like those you ever had those?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? They're like 8 different. That's vitamin A in one pill, vitamin D in another pill, vitamin X in another pill. You're like, no. She's like, that'd be funny. You should bring it back to go. Yeah, I've been using this great. See, look at. What do you got? You got 1 pill in each. Yep. It's a multivitamin. Yep. You take that and put. Yeah, I put that in there every day, so I know to take my the specific multi. But they're all the same. Yeah. That's all I fucking take, dummy.
I'll tell you what, dude. I was totally toying with the idea of, and because it's a work-related thing, I'm not going to do this. But I thought about, man, I should go to Popeyes and get a gift certificate. And next meeting, when I see her, go, hey, I got you something too. You know how you people love your chicken, and give her a Popeyes gift certificate. Like, okay, bitch, you want to generalize me, which you don't like being generalized. Well, here it comes.
Yes, but that's okay. It's okay to generalize you because no one else. She doesn't generalize anybody when she's allowed to because that's
right.
hilarious.
But if I did that to her, dude, they'd fucking rip my balls off. And even Kraken was like, man, dude, that's just how society is. And I'm like, that's so fucking retarded.
So Kraken agreed it was decided Mickey.
He saw it, but you could tell because I was playing with it afterwards, and it is kind of fun to play with, to open the little things. He's like, all right, so you got it as a toy, man. So, hey, you can play with it, man.
Yeah, it's like you can replace a pen whenever you don't need a pen,
That's just what he goes, you want me to throw it in our suitcase? Because that's, at events sometimes I'll play with pins and shit.
Yeah, you can play with that instead. And then people can go, why are you playing with a pill? And then you can get some weird comments like, what the fuck are you playing with a pill container for?
Well, I wonder.
I'm playing with a pill container.
Well, the fact that, she thought of me while she's out shopping or whatever the fuck she's doing, she may like me. I don't know. But the point is, okay, if you're digging me, you just did the wrong fucking thing to appeal to me.
I got some blue pills to put in here for you, motherfucker. I want you to be rock hard. I want you to be rock hard when you fucking me, motherfucker. I don't want you to be limp. I'm giving you a pill container. You're going to fill that up with different kinds of hardeners, man. You're going to be a goddamn steel pole. You make
Viagra for the Niagara.
I'm going to rebarb your ass, motherfucker.
Viagra for the Niagara.
Niagara, dude. It's fucking Sided McJerome.
Although
I don't think it's Abaku, but I mean it's obviously not because of her. I mean it's just decided McJesus, but
her intentions were good, but it was dumb. It was like, how about if you dig me or you like me or whatever, why don't you come over and get to know me before you just I know he blind. I buy him something with Braille on it, Kuba. So that way I get all hyped up and Braille, Braille, ooh. I'm like a gremlin with fucking whatever it is. Bright lights or whatever.
Gremlin. Braille, man.
So, then the second one happened to me Friday night, as a matter of fact, as I was coming home.
Okay.
And it was a black lady going to church, and we're dropping her at church, right?
Oh,
so she gets up.
She's got the Lord in her. The Lord.
Yeah. Here comes the Lord.
The Lords. The Jesuses. Okay.
So she tells me, have a nice night. I say, you too, have a good night. And then she has to get this one in. When Jesus comes back, you ain't gonna need that cane anymore.
fucking dude. This is the epitome of sighted McJesus, dude. This is literally what it means. Like because we can pull it out to mean, but this is like the low. Like she's like, I'm gonna make his fucking night. He gonna go. Really? I was feeling the darkness. My cane was a burning in my hand. My cane was like a whip bashing me on my own back. My cane was like a chain when it gets to a ball. But then you told me that I would be seeing soon, and this cane wouldn't be no chain. It would be my claim to the flame with light.
Yeah, and these people that never fucking, I've told you the last two situations I had where somebody's made a similar comment, and I fucking totally racked them over the head with, well, don't you think that my blindness is a blessing? Because this is, obviously, I wouldn't have the job I have. I wouldn't know the people
evil, motherfucker.
It's funny, and it totally shuts them down when you say that. And I almost went there with her. But then I knew I'm like, look, I want to get home. I don't want to sit here and have a discussion.
It wasn't one of those moments. You were like, fuck it. I'm just a long day. Just get me home.
Yeah, well, all I did, I started to say something. I went, well, and then I just kind of sucked it back. And she was like, oh, no, it's true. And I was like,
she going to preach? She go, oh, no, it's true. The Lord going to take your eyeballs. The Lord going to take your eyeballs. He going to stick your eyeballs in between his butt cheeks. He going to squeeze his butt cheeks so the poopage comes out of his holy asshole and seeps into your eyeballs. Then he's going to push your face against his butt cheeks, nose between the cheeks, and fart your eyes back into your face. And when he farts your eyes into your face, you're going to spring backward. Your eyes will spring open, and you will see the glory. And the first thing you'll see is the Lord's butthole right in front of your face. The Lord will poop a little bit on your face and sprinkle it on. It'll be like the mud. Remember when Jesus mixed the mud with the water and rubbed it on the blind man's eyes? Well, the mud won't be the mud. The mud will be God's crud from his fucking butthole.
There's a reason they call it a brown eye, you know.
Brown eye, because the brown eye Lord, the brown eye of the Lord.
The brown eye.
And that's why black people have brown eyes, and that's because they're the Lord's favorite. He shit on their faces.
Yeah, I should have said that to her. When Jesus comes back, you won't need the lotion for your ashy skin anymore.
Yeah, when Jesus comes back, you be white.
He'll make you perfect too. Because it's almost like that's what they're saying.
He'll make you perfect too.
Right now,
he'll make you better. Better is because you're broken, man.
Yeah, there's something wrong with your damaged goods.
Well, there is something wrong with you. I mean, you are legally blind, and you can't see at all. You're fucking it's not like if you said, well, what's one of my weaknesses? One of them would be, well, I can't see, right?
Well, yeah, of course, but at the same time, I don't see it as
it's not. But it is in terms of what it is. But just like every weakness is, there's the other side. Like I'm legally blind. But damn it, I certain things, optical illusions don't fuck with me. I don't have to pay certain things. You know how it works. I'm talking about the trade-off.
Yeah.
But they don't see the trade-off. There's no trade-off. There's no fucking trade-off for any of these motherfuckers. It's all just good.
We wouldn't be friends if I wasn't blind, or what I'm saying. Who the fuck knows?
You never know. The whole life, it would be completely different if I was the same way. So why? It's just funny, man. It's funny that people still get upset because people still get the idea. What? You want to see? It's like
I told you about the Jehovah's Witness guy, right? That was like, "Sir, are you a blind man?" And I said, "Wow, you're pretty observant. Are you a doctor?" and he goes, "Well, there's at some point, they say that they can restore your eyes if you believe." And I said, "Wait a minute. How do you know that God didn't do this as a blessing? I wouldn't have the job I have. I wouldn't know the people I do. I wouldn't live the life that I live now if it weren't for my blindness." And then he kind of stopped and he goes, "So you happy being blind?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Okay."
Okay, like you dumbass. Okay, if you're happy being blind. Because if you're not, then the Lord will change that shit. But if you are, this is such bullshit. Complete bullshit.
That's it. It just, he was totally defeated. I mean, he looked stupid. It was like,
it's logic, man.
This is why I don't understand, dude. There's so many blindos that are religious fucks, and I'm just like, why would you be into a religion that sees you as less than a person? You know what I'm saying? Or as a broken?
Because the fact is, regardless of how this started, it's the way it is now. And it's just kind of funny that people can't look and go, well, why would he want to see? Because once he sees, it's like a whole new thing he has to learn at 40.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to learn what everything is, and you have this new sense, and you have to fucking deal with all this shit.
Yeah.
It's like
so the shit that I didn't have before.
It's almost like people don't realize that for you, getting sight would be just as bad or just as confusing and disoriented for a sighted person to lose their sight. It's the same thing. Just the opposite side.
Traumatic.
But no one gets that. It's like, no, it'd be great. I'd love it. No, you probably fucking think things. How do you know you wouldn't think everything is ugly as fuck? Like, oh God, I don't want to wake up. I don't open my eyes.
You don't even know what that is.
Oh,
you're like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Mom, what do you want today? Billy, we got your eyes fixed. What do you want? Can you sew my eyelids shut, Mom? What? I don't want to do this anymore, man. Hey, this is what I'm going to do today, Mom. I'm going to take a fork, and I'm going to scoop my eyes out of my head. All right? Is that cool? So I just don't have to worry about even having anybody even think about doing this shit to me again. I'm just going to I'm going to go, and I'm going to find, like, you know, they have the movies where the guy, like, jumps off of something and lands on a nail. I'm going to, like, make sure I measure out 2 nails on a fucking wall, and I'm going to jump right into them. So my face is, like, hanging. So I'm just hanging from them for a couple seconds just to make sure. I won't immediately pull my eyes off the nails just to make sure that I can, wiggle around a little bit and just fuck that shit up so I never have to worry about this sighted bullshit again.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I've had arguments, a lot of arguments with people. As a matter of fact, I had an argument with my brother some time ago because I told him, I would love to have that Google car. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, that's like a fucking dream for a blind person. You know what I'm saying? You have to rely on public transportation. So he's like, oh, no, man, that's artificial intelligence, and it's this, and it's a way of control. And so later in the conversation, he starts talking to me about, some chip that they put in your eye to make you so you can see or some shit. And I said, oh, I definitely wouldn't want that. And he's like, wait a minute. He's like, you'd want a Google car, but you wouldn't want some chip to help you see. And I'm like, no, because you don't understand. One's an accommodation. One is a totally traumatic change of life.
Yeah, dude, that's. I'm sorry, I had a little bit. That was an alert. It wasn't anything bad, but you're right. They don't get that how it'd be just as traumatic for you to see as it would be for a sighted person to lose their sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same thing. Except these people want you to literally go for it. It'd be like the same thing, man, dude. It'd be like someone going, dude, man, Bill, I'm telling you, man. You don't know what you're missing, man. Just gouge your eyes out, Bill. Just do it. Yeah. Man.
Well, you think we're lucky? We get public transportation.
Yeah,
we
get all this shit. You don't have to worry about, dude. You can fuck anything, dude, and you won't care. You won't think about you have to look at it. You won't be distracted by shit all the time, looking at stuff, man. You can seriously your fucking your other senses will be more enhanced, not because they are naturally, but because. You have to rely on them more, man. So your music will be, you'll be great, dude. You'll learn karate.
You'll be a martial artist.
So like no one says that, but they don't realize it would be exactly the same thing for you because people don't think about how the idea. Because if you don't understand the concept of sight, how long do you think it would take you to learn the concept of sight? Because there are actually studies. If you read this shit, man, go in and look at people that get their sight back. A lot of them have fucking serious issues. Matter of fact, I might go and look that shit up and see. And maybe
there's a movie. Is there a movie about that?
Yeah, out of something like that. But actually look up studies of people who get their sight back and how many of them actually enjoy it. See, that's the real thing I want to I'm going to look that up, man. Who actually enjoys getting their sight back as blind people? Like, do people actually learn to love it, or do they just like, oh, this is too weird? Because it's a constant. It's like a new thing. It's like
see what they're doing. I think too is they're basing it on someone who has vision loss, and then all of a sudden they have some kind of correction for it.
Yeah.
So these are people who have seen at one point. So there's some people, yes, that had vision. I'm sure they would love. Okay, like for instance, our buddy Graveyard from high school. For him to get his sight back, I'm sure he'd be rejoicing.
Of course,
because he was a sighted person. But for me, I've never fucking seen. So for me to get sight, it would just totally fuck my world up. It
would change things who you are, and you probably get headaches and shit and all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna look that up. But I get it, dude. I get it. Both those are great, dude. That was Goodleys. I liked that, man.
You likes to fight that one, man?
I likes to fight that one.
Fit.
I totally did, man.
Well, that's it, man. I'm done.
What?
After getting all that off my chest.
Oh man, all that off. I don't know, dude. I think we should go on for another couple hours, dude. I
yeah?
really think that, dude. This is the important time of night where we keep going.
Jim, I wish I could, but I got to be up at 6 tomorrow.
I gotta be up at 7, motherfucker. If I don't have to go anywhere. I just get up and fucking.
I got to be ready. My bus comes at 6.
Get up, scratch my balls, smell my fingers, and then go on working. Yeah.
Ooh,
Anyways, it is that time of the night where we're ending this show. It's about an hour. We got our hour out. This is a good one, actually, as usual. But once again, check out the Daniel Jordan interview. I think you'll enjoy it if you like listening to that kind of stuff. And you'll see that on there. This will be up soon. I'm Cruise Control.
I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there. Bitches! Peace out, motherfuckers. Nothing sacred. March 7th, 2016. Bitches!
Fuckers.